UFC 325 is here. The featherweight GOAT, Alexander Volkanovski, career on the line, legacy on the line, fighting a guy with crazy power who could KO him in a rematch that makes no sense. Volk, you gotta step up and beat him again. Diego Lopes gifted another title shot, got absolutely bullied in the first fight. How are you gonna respond? Bite down on your mouthpiece, walk forward, and bully the featherweight GOAT. That's the only way you win this fight. I'm extremely confident in my pick for this fight. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what Lopes needs to do, what Volk needs to do, and who I have winning the fight. Lock in. I'm not sure I've ever been more frustrated with UFC matchmaking than this fight right here. Alexander Volkanovski, 37 years old, near the end of his career, just beat Diego Lopes 8 months ago, and the UFC is making the rematch for no good reason. The only way Diego Lopes beats Alexander Volkanovski is a fluke KO. Mark my words, that's the only way. We've seen exactly how this fight goes. If he doesn't catch Volk's chin, Volk outclasses him on the feet, makes him look silly. Now, what does Diego Lopes have to do in this fight that he didn't do in the first fight? In my opinion, he has to be a maniac. Diego Lopes is at his best when he throws caution to the wind, he trusts his chin, and he pushes forward throwing bombs. And I think that's how you beat Alexander Volkanovski at this point in his career. In the first fight, especially in the early rounds, Diego Lopes tried to go tit for tat with Volk and kind of just out technicality him. It didn't work. Nobody in the history of the UFC has ever been able to do that. Ilia Topuria is literally the only one. Now, it needs to be noted that that first fight between Volk and Lopes was a massive moment for the belt. So there's a good chance that he just kind of came out slow, wanted to build into the fight and make sure he was still there in the later rounds, which is why I'm more worried about the rematch than I was the first fight. He now knows what it feels like to be in there with Volk for 25 minutes. The reality of it is, Volk provides no real knockout danger. Lopes has nothing to fear on the Volk side. This fight is quite literally Volk wins by decision or Lopes wins by KO. Maybe a world where he beats up Volk and it's a dominant decision for Lopes, but I don't see that happening. In the early rounds of this fight, Lopes has to be on the gas pedal. That's what he does best. And for whatever reason, he wanted to build in the fight. He didn't know how he would be in the rounds 4 and 5. He didn't do that in the first fight against Volk. Now, do you beat Volkanovski by charging at him and just swinging? Obviously not, man. This dude's one of the GOATs. The featherweight GOAT. One of the best top 5 fighters of all time, Alexander Volkanovski. There is so much at stake at UFC 325. This rematch shouldn't even be a thing. Dana White, I promise you, if Volk goes out cold in Australia and retires, this is on you. Now, I know people out there are going to say, well, Diego Lopes can out-grapple him. Let's really take a minute and think about what it takes to out-grapple Volkanovski. Nobody is able to do that. If Volk can hang with Islam Makhachev while moving up a weight class, he can hang with anybody. I'm not worried about Diego Lopes' grappling. So anybody's prediction on this fight, it comes down to how you feel the first fight was. Was it a Volk masterclass where he just showed levels and dominated? Or was it Diego Lopes froze up early and just got beat by a veteran fighter who's been there 100 times? Let's wrap this up by talking keys to victory. The keys to victory for Diego Lopes. In my opinion, 1, do what you do best. Bring the fight to Volk, get in his face, make it a bar fight. That's Diego Lopes' best chance in my opinion. I also want to know, in the first fight, Diego Lopes didn't kick enough in my opinion. I don't know if he's going to do that again this time, but I think he can land some body kicks to Volk and really start to work him. We'll see if he adjusts his game plan. Key to victory number 2, trust your cardio. Diego Lopes has to trust the fact that he's ready for 5 rounds. If he wants to win this fight, he has to be on the gas pedal for 25 minutes. It's a tough ask, it's a tall task. But if you want to beat one of the GOATs, that's what it's got to be. Now for Volk, his keys to victory, very, very simple. Do what you do best. Do what you've always done in the UFC. Dominate, long jab, counters, circle to his power side. Everything that Volk has always been great at is what he has to do here. Don't engage in the crazy exchanges that Diego Lopes is going to try to force. The only way Alexander Volkanovski loses at UFC 325 is a fluke KO. That's the only way. I'm taking Volk to win by decision, but I'm absolutely horrified at the idea that he could get caught on the chin, get knocked out cold, and retire in Australia. I don't want to see Volk leave just yet. Comment down below, let me know who you got. Full card prediction video in the description.